Is the sheep preaching hate when it says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
So I know it for sure, because what we covered here today, all right, is just the surface level of your journey, of your testimony. And honestly, it confirms and it also exposes and reveals some of the truth as to what we've all been talking about. It just even more brings more witness to it, right? And more validity to it, but also exposing more on the women's end of what's going on. You know what I mean? And how the women are doing, because I can't tell their story. The women have to be brave enough to tell their own story within Straitway and how they were treated and how they felt being ostracized or being beaten into submission to a point to where they had to just whatever. They just let it all go. Right. And so, but the next time you come back on, I want to dive deeper into unpacking more of the relationship once you got into Straitway, your marriage, things like that, right? I want to unpack that more and how that took place. You know what I mean? I want to break it down for the viewers more as to what took place there, what happened with once you entered in, and things like that. I want to really unpack that as well. And I think it'll be great for a part 2, because that would be even more impactful, right? And how where you're currently at, all those things. We're going to unpack that with part 2. And because I know we're coming up on a 2-hour there. So is there anything that you would like to add on to this part 1 of the testimony? Anything you want to add on to it?
Yeah, we can clip this part. It's not necessarily related to what we're talking about today, but I really do want to take some time to like address some things that Mitchell has said. Again, because we're talking about women having a voice when it was taken away. You know, this man told me to stay in touch. You know, Mitchell, you watched me serve your family. You watched that. You watched me love and care for your children. So I just really question, like, how can you stand behind whispers and accuse me of being a thorn in your side? Because it's like, we can tell the truth, really, is that you're tired. You checked out a long time ago. I saw you holding spiritual authority without emotional maturity to lead. I saw that. I saw how you play both sides and present yourself as caring, but you really do sow division. That's not leadership to me. That's not. I really do think that that's being. I'm just gonna be honest, because I have a right to. You speak about me to others because you're too passive to face me directly. You have my phone number. You told me to communicate, you know, and I've reached out. I've done that, and you didn't respond. So the smiling in my face and then slicing my name behind my back is that's manipulation, you know. And it's like I can see the wrestling with the desire to leave. I don't think you've made peace with the cost that it really takes to be free. And so I see how you attack others that are brave enough to do it. Because you know that I was never a thorn. And you talk enough to a lot of people to where there would be witnesses for that. Like someone else would be a witness for that. I ask, where are the witnesses to me being a thorn in your side and to me bringing no value to the community? Where are the witnesses? Because even your own wife said something completely different, in tears when I left. So I think I was a mirror, and because I'm no longer reflecting your image back to you, you're uncomfortable. And I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be free. So for the people that still listen to you and still follow you, I urge y'all to look deeper, because you're not being led, you're being controlled, and you're being pacified, and you have the ability to make your own decisions, without the influence of someone else. So that's what I encourage for everybody. And even with all of that you had to say, this is a ministry where it's like you're encouraged to return curses and speak curses. I've seen people wishing death. I've seen it happen. I've heard it happen. But my words that I'm gonna say is that I still love you. I still have a love for you. I still have a love for your family. I still have a love for um many of the people in that place that know where my heart was towards them. It's still there. I still love you. I still care for you. And it's very sad that an idea can come in between what we know to be true. So that's what I want to end tonight on. And I look forward to the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are some good words right there. I think that, those are some great words to leave this one off on. And, of course, we hit the 2 hour mark that we have for you. And I really appreciate your testimony here today. I mean, I think this is definitely profound, and people will definitely be set free and understanding the ins and outs. Not only do the men, right? The husbands out there. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all need to tune in to part 2, because that's going to be powerful. But also, this right here will give you more insight as to what your woman would have to face, what your wife would have to face when joining this particular so-called ministry. Okay. What she would have to endure, what she would have to face, and her plight. So when you see her tired, you see the weirdness on her face, you got to understand that it is real. Not only are they battling physically and doing physical labor, but they're also battling spiritually. They also are having to do battle with the individuals who are telling them what to do, because they're doing it out of malice and ill will in their heart. And
Yeah.
so, this gives you a bit of insight as to what you should expect and how you should treat your woman while she's there. And
Yeah.
if you're there, and if you
Yeah.
should go ahead and leave, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I will say shame on you men. Shame on you men that see your wives suffering. You see their health deteriorating. You see their posture change. You see them suffering, and you look the other way. You choose to write it off as go get deliverance. You shoo them off to talk to other women that they know don't connect with them, or they're not qualified to deal with them. Like, you know them, you chose them, they chose you, and shame on y'all for the suffer that they go through, that you can clearly see, and you choose to keep them in that environment. You choose to have them raising your children in that state and just turn a blind eye. That's very sad, and it's very shameful. And I just really hope that something takes place in the mind, of these people, because it is whatever you want to call it, a spell, a bewitchment, a blind. There is a veil that goes over you and changes everything. So I just hope that you don't question the critical thinking that's still there, because that's the very thing that like will help you come to, and make the right decisions for your family that you're charged to care for.
Absolutely. Hallelujah.